Hi, Jeff Giagnocavo here with Automatic Mattress Profits and Mattress Retailer Weekly, and I'm extremely excited and honored to have the wonderful Dale Reed join me here in our store at Gardner's Mattress and More. He drove up from his home and we spent some time, got to know each other better last night at dinner, and this morning we're putting together this video for you to give you kind of a preview of why the SSA is coming together with me and our company, and to help further their mission of helping retailers succeed. So Dale, if you're all right with it, why don't we jump right in?
Sure. So we've asked you to speak at the Las Vegas market.
Yep.
Because we think you're one of the leaders for independent retailers.
Yep.
That the specific tools and ideas that you offer the retailer is exactly what the retailers we support need to hear. I will tell you that a little bit about the SSA, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely, because
okay.
I think a lot of the folks, at least from my side of the picture, if you will, people who follow me through Mattress Retailer Weekly and the other things we do, you know, they may not actually be so informed about the SSA, Specialty Sleep Association. So why don't we have you tell them what that's about?
Great, thanks. So the SSA stands for Specialty Sleep Association. And back in the early 90s, the waterbed guys were beginning to go out of business, so the manufacturers and the retailers got together and created the SSA. And at that time, it was one of the leading organizations launching memory foam beds, latex beds, air beds, combinations, the new gel bed technology. And we have recently revisited the idea of really supporting the independent retailer, the retailer who sells all kinds of sleep solutions to their customers to meet their customers' needs, as opposed to the consolidated sort of larger sleep shops. We're really concerned about the mom and pop, the entrepreneurial sleep shop owner, and what we can do to help those people.
Yeah. And you know, at dinner last night, our conversations were wide and ranging and all over the place. And the one thing we kind of came away with is it's really interesting that as good a job as the SSA is doing for our industry, for the manufacturers, for the vendors, for the retailers, you know, unlike, let's say, the North American Home Furnishings Association or the Polyurethane Foam Producers Association, you know, there's a number of associations that are very much out there, very much known. But we found it kind of interesting when we arrived at this conclusion that a lot of retailers aren't participating in an association that's available to them, and retailers are the final step before all of our collective products, all of our collective efforts actually get into their home. You know, so from all the way down to the foam, the fabric, the fiber guys, the manufacturers, the ad agencies, everybody's really involved in that purchase happening, in a mattress getting into the customer's home. And as retailers, there's few, if any, participating in an association, really coming together to bond together and band together and stand for who they are in the marketplace, and that's the independent, specialized sleep shops that really are the backbone of, I believe, this mattress industry. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited about you know, helping the SSA focus in and hone in on that part of their mission. And that's one of the many reasons why we're coming together.
So we at the SSA couldn't agree with you more. The truth is, I put myself in the customer's viewpoint, and part of our mission is to also educate customers about all of the features and benefits available
Yep.
from superior sleep products.
Yep.
And I put myself in the customer's position, and while there are some advantages, for instance, to ordering online or a quick ship situation or whatever, if I'm at the point where, specifically I am in my own life, where I want a sleep that's going to be restorative, it's going to provide me comfort, support, I need to rest test. I need to go into a store. I need to get help
Yep.
from the retailer, and there's nobody who's more knowledgeable and can offer more to the consumer than the independent retailer. And that's why we in the Specialty Sleep Association are particularly interested in doing all that we can in the months and weeks ahead to try to strengthen the opportunities for that retailer.
Yeah, I think we're kind of in that critical moment in time It's really time for this part of our industry to come alive, be reborn, if you will, or be a new part of your day as an independent retailer. It's time. It's either, in my opinion, now or never, quite frankly. So, yeah.
So let me interrupt just here for a second to give you some insight on Vegas and what you're going to be participating with us. On the average, we get in our showroom, we have a showroom on the 15th floor, C1565 is our showroom. We have about 30 different manufacturers, and there's always something in there that's innovative and new.
Always something interesting.
For the retailer, always something interesting. And we have, excuse me, perhaps as many as 500 in a good market, individual buying influences. Now, by that, I don't mean individual people.
Right.
I mean, we may have 4 come in or
You're
1 come in,
companies.
and we track companies. We track retail stores.
Yep.
And we have a very diversified group from the 1 store person up to the larger companies.
Yep.
So not only do we have a very interesting and diversified series of exhibitors for the retailers, but we have a very diverse group of retailers, and we're hoping to draw from them. We would like to invite as many retailers as possible to come to our showroom and to come hear Jeff speak.
Yeah, and Dale saw in me, in the things that we're doing and producing, he said, Jeff, how is it that you are going to be able to help retailers? And one of the things that we, not one, but many of the things that we do is bring forth new ideas, new concepts, tips and strategies that really are working. I mean, we're sitting in the retail store that I co-own with my business partner, Ben McClure, and everything that we bring forth, exists first in this laboratory, if you will, in this store. So the things that we share with retailers, with anybody that's going to do me the honor of coming to my presentation and going through the Specialty Sleep Association space, they're going to hear from me things that actually have worked, have been tried, have been tested, and we're going to share with you all those successes. And we even share at times, hey, we tried this and it didn't work for these reasons, and we went back. And I think that's a wonderful thing to have in our environment. I think the worst thing retailers can do is get way too comfortable in their own 4 walls. You might be able to speak to a little bit of that, but retailers just, I think sometimes it's comfortable, it's a safe zone, if you will, and you're able to just be and exist and wait for that door to open up and have a vendor or manufacturer's rep come in and show you what's new. But I think there's something very special that happens, like when you go into the SSA space and get the chance to see 30 different companies and find that 1 or 2 things that's really unique and knocks your socks off. So, let's talk about a little bit of why retailers should first attend Las Vegas, why they should absolutely visit your space, and then, what they might learn from me during the engagement.
Okay, so let's talk about Las Vegas. First of all, I don't know whether you know this, but there are now over 100 mattress and bedding exhibitors, manufacturers in Las Vegas. It has become the show, the must-go show, really, for retailers. What we offer that's a little bit different from some of the other showrooms is this diversity of entrepreneurial, generally smaller, some people with new ideas, heating and cooling systems, support systems, top-of-bed products. Many of the big brand names that you know about today started with us back in the mid-1990s.
Yeah, we were sharing some good stories about those days and some even more higher profile companies that kind of their innovation and start came from some meetings that occurred.
Absolutely.
There in the space.
We saw the CEO of one major company actually have his initial meeting a couple years back with a supplier that later became a major product in this guy's line. I mean, it was something else. And it gives us a sense of self-satisfaction and pride to be part of that, to offer that venue. And that's why we're particularly excited, because now we think we can hone in on what has been a base of our mission, which is to refocus on helping the retailer. And we think that you have some really concrete ideas. I want to share something with you. I used to be a salesman, and one of the things that would get me an appointment was to say to the prospect that I was calling, if I don't leave you with at least one good idea,
Yeah.
shame on me.
Yeah.
But I really will promise you, I may not change your business, but I will leave you with some idea, because we had a presentation that was really thorough. That's what Jeff has. If you come and hear the speaking program, if you attend, I promise you, you'll go out of there with at least one idea. Why don't you talk about this new book that you're writing?
So, and to that comment of, Dale leaving his appointments, he met with at least one idea. Just yesterday morning, for the final time, my contribution to the book, as it is a team effort for our company, I went through it one final time, and I made 4 key notes off of my own information of things that we can improve upon or even implement, just from the, aggregating all the tips, all the strategies. So even the author is learning, by giving time for self-reflection, by proofing the book. I picked up a few things, but really the book, 77 high-impact, low-budget tips to sell more mattresses easily. That's the title of the book. We're unveiling it at our speaking engagement with the Specialty Sleep Association. And if you choose to come, we'll have a copy for you, signed and autographed just for you after the end of the speaking engagement. But the book is set up to be really a working tool. There's 3 chapters, things that you should do, will do, and must do. And each chapter we describe the theory and the concept of what's contained in the chapter, and really have set it up to be this tool. We want you to dog-ear the book, use a highlighter, mark it up. And you know what? If you run through it and it becomes so tattered and torn, just reach out to us. We'll send you a brand new one. We really want it to be that tool that can help your business from an operations standpoint, from a sales standpoint. There's marketing ideas in there, sales strategies in there, all kinds of things for everybody. There's no way any one person could go through this book and not find one thing that can impact their business. It's highly likely you'll use 50, 60, and maybe even all 77 tips.
Yeah, that's one of the things we're pleased to be is involved with the actual presentation of this book. We at the SSA like it. We read through the rough and think it's just full, jam-packed with ideas. One of the interesting things that you raised was we talk to retailers now and then who are talking about the difficulties in the marketplace and whatever, and sometimes they will admit that it's not a particular challenge, it's not a particular overwhelming negative situation. It's the coming into the store with the same routine and not really making any changes and kind of getting used to every day, the day in, day out. And that slow sort of drip, drip, drip sometimes can defeat a retailer more than a particular identifiable problem even. And that's one of the things I think that your book addresses, is being able to distinguish what you should do with your time, what you should do with your resources to get the best return in your store.
Well, that kind of goes back to a comment that I shared a few minutes ago about, the store becomes your safe space, and it's almost like these permanent roots grow, under the office chair, under the merchandise, under the display on the walls. And, we are constantly working to hone a new customer and mattress buying experience. Where Dale and I are sitting is a new investment in that buying experience in our customer lounge. Behind me is testimonial and social proof. We would rather our customers say to us, I found you because of all of your reviews, than us say to them, we're the best. That third party social proof is tremendous. One of the tips in the book on how to get reviews like this behind me. So we're always looking to innovate, always looking to change. And people would say, Jeff, why do you have the show space that you could put 4 more beds on your floor? Well, I'll tell you, today and going forward, I don't believe it's truly going to be just product that propels your store forward. It's a combination of experiential shopping, your marketing, your advertising. Yes, your product. Product is important, but it is not the only part of the success stool, if you will, that you can stand upon and succeed. It's not like it used to be. You need to innovate and evolve the buying experience in your store, and that'll be some of what I'll be sharing in Las Vegas during our time together when I get to speak.
So I like this lounge, to be honest with you. You probably could put 4 beds in here.
Yep.
But have you ever had the experience where you go into the mattress store and other than lying down on the bed, you wonder, where do I sit and talk?
Right.
Where do I have a conversation? And some people aren't comfortable with having that conversation on a mattress. They may want a little bit of a more comfort place to sit and have a conversation, talk, even relax for a few minutes in the shopping experience. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is designed intentionally, and we'll spend 10 minutes to, at times upwards of an hour with people having a conversation. It's all dependent upon their pace and their engagement with us. But, what comes out of that, the more time that we invest here is better qualified, better diagnosed presentation out there in the store. And we almost always end up walking to 1 or 2 of the mattresses that they'll end up strongly considering and eventually buy. And it just allows for a much better experience. So that's one of the things that we've done and kind of innovated here and put into play in our store.
So Jeff, tell me about the retailers that you help, the people who sign up, get on your list, and become part of what you're doing.
Yeah. So my company, Automatic Mattress Profits, is the name of our company, and just a little background to all that we offer, all that we do. We put out every week a really wonderful newsletter. Typically, it's a video newsletter right to your email box. Me talking to you on the camera, sharing tips and strategies. We call that Mattress Retailer Weekly. That's free. It will always be free. We always send it out every Tuesday. So that comes to you for free. It's kind of my way of giving back and sharing with the industry all of my input and advice and expertise to help you improve your business. We also have a virtual group called the Renegade Mattress Retailer Inner Circle, where retailers from all over the country, we gather monthly to have a content presentation that I share to really dig deeper on a singular topic and help improve and grow their business. We also have a private Facebook group for that group where all the retailers get to talk together. And then at the top of things, where we really work with clients very closely one-on-one, is our Automatic Mattress Profits sales and marketing automation solution. And that's where we help you get more customers, spend less on advertising, and really have a better business so you get more free time, so you don't have to be chained down to the store 7 days a week. That's our Automatic Mattress Profits solution. But the retailers that we really help go back to the core mission of what the Specialty Sleep Association is looking to do, and that's help the independent mom and pop retailer. That's our core customer. That's who we really help. We have clients that certainly have 12 stores, 20 stores, more stores than that, but our core base is the independent retailer looking for that slight edge, looking to have that edge over the competition, perform better than the big chain stores, perform really even better than maybe a Fortune 500 company might when it comes down to some of the marketing automation and sales tactics that we can help them with in their store. And independent retailers is kind of in my blood. It's who I am. I have a strong belief that that's an important part of our society and your local community for you and other local businesses to succeed. So that's really who we look to help, and we want to be more impactful with that group. So I'm excited to come together.
Well, we are too, because our focus also is on that independent retailer, not that to the exclusion of any other type of retailer. As Jeff said, he reaches out to a few larger ones, but in general, if you look at our history, we started with retailers who were in futon shops and in waterbed shops, and over the years they evolved with the newer technologies, the newer types of mattress and bedding products. But these people have been innovators, or have been in some cases lone rangers for a long time, and we want to do all we can and to pull them together, to give them, to support the type of thing you're doing. And while I'm on that topic, let me just talk a little bit about wedding the two ideas that SSA is behind. When we say we are primarily an advocate for innovation and technology, we're of the opinion that you are not going to find those innovations and technologies, the best solutions, the best materials and whatever, in many or most of the direct marketing bed-in-a-box companies. It's as simple as that. We really feel that consumers, to really experience the right solution from a health viewpoint, from a performance viewpoint, from a support viewpoint, from a comfort viewpoint, they need to come in to an independent retailer store and really see the opportunities and the options. I mean, I look around this showroom floor and there's just dozens of choices of different approaches that can be taken, but not confusing. I like the way you have them laid out in real categories, more or less. You can walk into some stores and it's just blinding, and that's not the case here. It's very well presented. So that's a little bit about why SSA is interested in what you're doing, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, and so what I'm doing, I'll share with you, is all right if I share with everybody what I'll be talking about. So, you know, my presentations, I always look to make sure that everybody gets, you know, at least one, but I really look to deliver more actionable ideas for you to take home and implement and sell more beds. That's the goal. But, you know, for me, I'll be sharing with you in Las Vegas some of the key elements for you to really build and reshape your business so you have that true freedom as a business owner to get that time for self-reflection, self-improvement in the business. There's far too much of, in our industry, retailers kind of responding, always putting out the fire, kind of always chasing their own rear end, if you will. You really need to take that time, be a true entrepreneur, have the opportunity to think about and work on your business. Again, one of the chapters in our book, working on your business to actually help it grow. You know, we touched on some of the stuff about, you know, things remain the same. Well, that's one half of the equation that equals insanity. You know, thinking and doing the same things over and over again and getting a different result equals insanity. And sitting in on my presentation, I'm going to give you things that you'll be able to think about, the ways to think about the people who call you on the phone and walk in the front door of your store. You know, if they're not a customer today, what can you do with them? You know, maybe until this video you thought, hey, they buy or they die, and there's absolutely nothing I can do, and I can tell you that's just not true. And it's the shopping behavior of customers has completely and totally changed. So we'll be sharing with you some things about that and how to engage with customers that are very early in their shopping process. So we have a power-packed, you know, I forget again, is it about an hour and 15 minutes together during our time in Las Vegas when I'm speaking for the group. But there'll be a ton of things you can do and take away from that presentation to go sell more mattresses while growing your business in a manageable way that doesn't make you want to like just lock the doors and throw the keys inside and walk away. We'll also give you some stuff that's going to help you have what I like to call true business owner freedom. So I'm very excited to deliver that presentation in Las Vegas.
So the presentation is Monday?
Tuesday.
Pardon me, scratch that.
Tuesday,
Start over.
Tuesday, August 1st, 1 p.m. on the first floor of the C building, space, I believe it's C124. We'll put the information right below this video.
Yeah, it's on the first floor in the C building.
Yep.
And then we invite you, if you wish, to come back upstairs to C1565, the SSA showroom. Jeff will be signing some books, and you're going to have a one-on-one opportunity even after the Q&A. So there's a real opportunity to get with Jeff and, you know, get some tips. He'll give them to you. They're great ideas.
Very happy to share. So, Dale, I couldn't be more excited to come together, work together as a group, and help independent retailers. So thank you very much for tuning in. And Dale and I both,
thank you.
We look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas. Have a great day.